let's pump over then to number 19. Aaron Pionk, and somewhere Justin Bakke is doing cartwheels that a Bulldog got in just ahead of a Gopher. The highest rank on this, again, Mateo. Mateo loves our Minnesota college guys. He had him at 14. Pavel for Minnesota Wild prospects at 17. Most of us hovering right around 20. Z actually the lowest, technically. Z, why do you hate Aaron Pionk?
Just that guy, you know.
He wants to be his brother, and he's not.
Oh my god, that's so I mean, I'll just jump in here real quick. For me, like with Aaron Pionk, really, obviously, like you look at another hike in production last season with Duluth, and I mean, like Duluth's in a weird spot where they lost a bunch of guys, and I mean they are playing a lot of really good teams, but like I don't know, he played well pretty much every game. But like you look at the jump up in production again, I think it was like 25, 26 points in 30 something games last year.
26 and 36, yeah.
26 and 36. You look at it, like a lot of the points came from like quick transitions and like just moving the puck up to some of those skilled forwards, a lot of off the rush, a lot of power play points. So maybe the offense wasn't necessarily dynamic, but I mean, he made it work. Again, he's a decent enough mover. And he's got good skill when there's not a whole lot of pressure on him. Like the worry about the play to his own end. That being said, he's been a defenseman for like 10 minutes. Like we forget, like he got drafted as an overager and he switched to like from forward to D, like after his first draft eligible season, which is nuts. So I think there's a lot to like. Obviously, again, like he played really well last season. But I just struggled to see like where it ends up translating all the way into the NHL. Because it's not gonna be like the defending that really like pushes him over. But that being said, again, like what he's doing against really solid competition after just being a defenseman for like 2 years, impressive. So definitely has a chance, but I just struggle to see like where exactly, like what kind of NHL defenseman is it going to be? I don't really know.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm at too. I think I had him right at 20, so like a lot of us did. Yeah, I think you like to see the offensive production, to Z's point, in a tough division like or conference, they're going to call the NCHC. But I think my concerns would be just kind of, is there a lot of runway left to reach his ceiling at already 22 years old? So drafted as an overager, but again, I think another guy that was taken pretty late in the draft, where if he turns out to be a solid AHL player, I don't think that's a bad thing. Like this Iowa team needs as much help as it can get to start getting these higher end prospects in winning environments. I'm excited to see what Greg Cronin can do. When some of these these young guys continue to come in, to see if they can mix that blend of veteran, youth, and build quality teams. And to have a good AHL team, you still need to have good AHL players. That's still really important to professional development and getting players to the NHL, because I think that's been a big problem. I think a lot of the current higher end prospects is these Iowa teams have been so bad. I think in a way it can stunt their growth a little bit, because you're playing so much defense, you don't get a chance to build as much of those offensive skills. So even to me, like if he projects out as a top 4 AHL defenseman, I think it's a solid pick, and hoping that he can be more than that. But pleasantly surprised with, again, what we've seen so far from a later round draft pick.
It kills me that as I typed out the font for this graphic, I thought the exact same thing the Cosgrove wrote here. Ron. God damn it, he's broken me. For me, I'm going to keep it simple, and I kind of alluded to this with Jimmy Clark, but I have a bucket that I'm just officially going to brand moving forward as my Charlie Stramo bucket. Last year, I think I was like the highest on Stramo, and I put him at like 13 in the list. And I was like, this year is going to tell me whether he drops to the 20s or he gets up into the top 10. Pionk, Clark, and there's like a group of maybe like 5 or 6 total in my top 20 that I'm like, this is the year that I want you to show me whether you bump up or you're just out of my mind entirely. And Pionk, like, he's played on a not super exciting or inspiring team. I want to see what he can do this year when the team's going to have a little bit more expectations, and I want to see him take a step and carry a little bit more of the load. I'm either going to bump him up mid, low teens, or he's going to kind of be an afterthought for me. Well, that's number 19, Aaron Pionk of the UMD Bulldogs.